Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the main garden here. So our tomatoes, the vining ones, are still continuing to grow very aggressively. Probably going to have to prune some of them back because they're starting to, they've climbed up the 5-foot fence there, and they're hanging over a couple feet, so it's getting a little bit unmanageable, so we'll probably need to trim that back. The Juliets, that's what these ones are here, doing super fantastic, very, very productive, really dominating everything. Gonna definitely need to space them out more next year if I want to let them grow or just keep them in check. And then the Sweet 100s have done pretty well. The little cherry guys here, very super sweet, very nice. And then these Romas haven't done super duper well. These ones are doing a little better. These ones have lots of little crunchy leaves and stuff, so I'm not sure exactly what happened with them. But we still got some real good tomato production when we harvested this week. We've had a ton of green beans. Picked a whole mess of them. So we got a bunch more here that we can get out of there. And then I'll just take a little peek back here. Looks like we've got a bunch of these. The name always escapes me. But these red beans here, they're real cool looking. They have these gorgeous flowers, and they're hyacinth beans. And I can't remember which variety these ones are. If these ones are the Moon Shadow or the Asian red leaf or something, I'm not sure. But we have some nice ones of those there. And then you can see lots of them here. Thing is, with the beans, you can eat the pods if they're real small like this, but once the beans start to develop, you're not supposed to eat them because they contain some proteins and stuff that can make you sick. So kind of interesting to grow in a garden, but they're very, very beautiful, and we love growing them even just for the flowers and the cool beans and stuff. So, and then here's the other variety down here. There, them you can see there's a little different shape, but these are the ones. These have not done quite as well, as you can tell. They're just really short, and these guys have done really well. So these guys obviously do better in I think probably the temperature is probably the big difference there. And so, yeah, you can see them here, just gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. So really happy about those ones. And then so, I'll try to get through over here. It's kind of become a wall of tomatoes here. But basically, these guys are doing very well. These are our other paste. I believe they're called Health Kick. Really well. These are all of our little volunteers. These are, I believe, a currant type, which is interesting because I haven't planted those in a couple years. So obviously there were some seeds in there that survived that long in the dirt. And so they're kind of all over there. So I'm going to get in there and harvest them and probably trim some of those, do some definite pruning. You can see that it's getting very small or very narrow to get back through here. So you can't even see what we actually planted there. Plus it just makes, it's a big mess. Especially when you have different varieties, because you can't really tell what you're looking for. So, because this here is our tomatillo, and obviously looking for you can't look for red when you're looking for the tomatillos, where, you can see the red in the tomatoes. But anyway, so need to get in here and prune this up, trim it back some. And then our asparagus is an absolute haven for lady beetles. There's tons of them there, just hundreds and hundreds of them. And there's beetles, and then juveniles, and all kinds of stuff, because they are basically, well, that's the berries. They're all over here because we have tons of aphids, unfortunately, and different things. But you can maybe see them there on the video with the wind. But all the bumps you see are lady beetles there. So just hundreds of them all over the place. So anyway, and then our okra's doing well. Got a bunch more okra with our green and our red. I don't think we've had too many new eggplants. They've kind of slowed down a bit. We have some sweet peppers I need to get in there. We can finally see that we're going to have some good Now that it's not too hot and won't get sun scald, these beautiful Pinot Noir sweet bell pepper, purple, very gorgeous. We got some big carrots in here I need to get. There's some more sweet peppers, lots of those. So now that the sun's not as intense, things don't get sun scald as much. So we're able to actually get some of these sweet peppers. So here's some nice orange ones. Those are an orange bell. There's a little orange there, a red there. So our basil's still doing well. So we're definitely continue to enjoy that. Looks like our corn might be getting ready to be harvested. Have to look into that, see what's going on. We had a real didn't plant very much this year, and also didn't have a very good harvest. But we can see one of the new crops there with the red there. It's all dried up and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna harvest those. The new painted mountain corn, which is a new variety we have, which is like a multicolored cool one. So we'll see how that came out, and also with our other variety, or normal hybrids. So for our early garden here, we have to get in here, and what I'm planning to do is clean a lot of this up this upcoming week. So we have the kale's not as infested as it was. So real hardy plants up here, real strong, and you can see that some of them are real infested, but they're like little trees here, because they come up down there, and then they come up all this far, and then they have the leaves. And so kale's really hardy, and I actually was just reading it'll actually survive in the winter if you put a little protection over it, or sometimes it'll just even survive without it. So we'll have to see about that. But anyway, that's that, and we have some Swiss chard and some beets in here, and a whole bunch of stuff that I need to just get in here and clean stuff out, and see what we're going to do, if we're going to be done with the season, or if we're going to try to plant anything that we can harvest later. So then with our beans and squash, our squash plants are getting a ton of that mildewy stuff that we have on the front and the pumpkins. So we'll be getting, they'll probably be going away soon. You can see over here all that powdery stuff. You can see where it's starting to kill some of them, and plus they're just kind of, some of the leaves are really old anyway, so it's definitely going to die down. So we might just pull that out so we can see what's going on with the other stuff a little easier. But because we're still getting some squash production though, so we'll figure that out. And then with our beans, we have these string beans here, which have been, I'm not even sure which ones they are now, because I think I had a little mix up when I was planting, so I'll have to look back and see what happened. But some more green beans here. Some of them are already drying out and stuff, so we'll have some seeds for next year, I guess, and all kinds of stuff. So basically we've got a lot of work to do this week, cleaning the stuff up. Haven't been really given it a lot of time, but gonna do that this week, and we'll hopefully have a much cleaner, neater garden next time we give you an update. But everything's going well. We're now getting some good beans, and so we're looking forward to eating that, and hopefully some corn soon. So anyway, thanks for watching.